what's funny that I was thinking about this. When you have sex with somebody and they teach you stuff new, you be like, who you learn this from? Or like giving direction. Like if something in the past has felt good to you, like how would you present this to your new person? Because you ain't gonna be like, well, my last man used to
do it like this, right? Can you?
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Straight Chaos No Chaser podcast. I'm Adrian, your host, and today my girl Amber Dawson is in the house. What up, girl?
I'm so excited.
She called me. She like, I'm coming tomorrow. I'm like, I'll be there.
But I tried to trick you and it didn't work. I was like, girl, ...
I was like, she ain't coming. Cause one thing about this right here, she have all the intentions in the world.
Yeah.
And you called me like Tuesday night or whatever. You texted me Tuesday, and then Wednesday morning I was like, I hope you come. And all I got was a girl. I was like, she ain't coming. But then she's like, my flight be there at 12:45. I'm like, yay!
I made it.
You made it. How was your flight?
It was good. It was good. Frontier, they ghetto. But I loved it. When I got there, it was like, you here for the flight? I was like, the flight or the flight to Vegas? She was like, yeah. Okay. Yeah. But then, like, when you go to board, it's not like how some of them you kind of just get onto that little hallway thing. Mm-hmm. I always call it the slinky because it's shrinking.
Oh, yeah.
But when we were loading the plane, we had to walk through, like, a hallway. Okay. But they don't tell you where to go, and it's, like, a bunch of doors.
Oh, okay.
So you like, do I choose door 1, 2, 3? Like...
Lord, don't be late for your flight. Girl, one time, it's so funny. You know how, like, so they close the doors, I think, like 5 minutes. No, 5 or 15 minutes prior to the departure time. And so one time, I was headed to, I think, Mexico with some of my friends, for my birthday. And me and my friend Charlotte, we was at LAX. And we had a layover, so we were waiting on, our flight or whatever. Girl, this flight had boarded like 15 minutes ago, right? The door was closed. Like, wasn't nobody even at the counter anymore. And these two friends, guy and girl, they were running. Wait. And they went to the door and they were banging on the door. I was like, baby, that plane that plane just took off and put them little wheels under them wheels. They was like, wait. I was like, don't worry about it. You are not going to Puerto Rico.
Nah, not today,
girl. That joke was so funny.
So, I always see people running in the airport, and I can't be late because I got little legs. And it's like anytime I gotta go fast, it seems like the hallway, like the little, like okay, you be like you're boarding at gate 9, and 9 be like,
oh my god,
way at the end.
I hate that. That be me every time. It be like you're at D3, and when you look at the sign, it be like D3 through D21. 21 right here. D3 is. Girl, I be hating that. When I tell you the last time I ran in the airport was like in May, and that's the last time I'm running.
What happened,
girl? When I tell you, I was late for so many reasons, and I just trying to cut corners, and I had like 30 minutes to get to my gate, and I had just got to the airport, and the girl at the ticket window, she was like, you probably not gonna make it, but I'll give you a ticket anyway. Girl, when I tell you, I got on that train, and I had like 5 minand and when I got off, same thing. I was at D1. I was like, oh my God. I had 2 minutes, girl. I was running, and you got a mask on. I was wheezing,
and it be going in and out.
I was like this. Girl, they were calling me on the intercom. Adrian Hosendorf,
your flight
this is your final boarding call. I was like, they just gonna have to leave me.
I know they're right.
But girl, I had looked at the ticket like the next morning. It was $300, and that flashed in my head. I was like, hell no. I got there today. I got there. She was like, "You on this flight?" I'm like,
"You know I'm on this flight."
Girl, you know I'm on. That was just him out of breath. That was like the most horrible horrible time, and I would never ever do it again.
And don't you feel like the people that's already bored that be judging you like?
And I don't care.
You
I do not care. You should have been on time. You should have prepared. Prior preparation.
So you don't know what I've been through to get here.
Girl, I'm so mad. Then when I got back to Vegas, that was that night when it cost me $100 to get home. That taxi, girl. I was so livid. I was hot.
Over it. Just over
Girl,
it.
I'm like, nobody called me. Don't say nothing to me. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, I want to do some trivia. I haven't done this in a while, so we're gonna do some trivia.
Trivia time.
Got you a shot, girl. See if you can answer this question. Okay. You're my friend. Don't know if you're gonna know this, but we'll see.
Oh,
okay.
Jesus. Well, we really
So in high school, I was Miss Brooks kind of high school.
Were you?
I
was Miss North Plate in high school.
Two queens.
Two queens in the building.
So what did you have to do for your talent?
I did a monologue. From a play that I did. I was like in a little traveling group. And we used to go around and do the play or whatever. So I just did a little monologue. But it was about a girl getting raped.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was very dramatic. Of course, me being real dramatic.
But I'm sure it was like really chilling.
It was. My mama, it was a guy sitting next to my mama. And she said, he was like, man, I hate that really happened to her. And my mom said, that girl is acting. That ain't happened to her for real. He was like, oh, well, it's just so believable. Like,
good job, friend.
like I had tears roll down my eyes and everything. You know, I had to put on.
That's good.
Yeah.
My talent was, so of course I played the clarinet.
Right.
And,
you played the clarinet for your talent?
yes.
That's cool though. A lot of people don't know how to play instruments.
That's right. So you know what I'm saying? You have to set yourself apart.
What song did you play?
America the Beautiful.
Oh, so patriotic.
Yes. So I read a poem that was patriotic because my granddaddy and one of my uncles were both in the military and they had passed away. And my grandma had the patriotic flag, the military flag. And so as I did the poem, I finished, and then I played America the Beautiful on my clarinet. And then towards the end of it, there were 2 or 3 people waving a flag in the back.
Wow.
As I finished.
I bet you had some of them little sparklers too.
Yeah, that would have set everything afire. No. So that's what I did for my talent. So my question to you is, you might get this. What year was I Miss Brooks kind of high school?
Oh man. Okay, so it had to be what 2000. You reigned between 2001 and 2002.
Oh, was that the time you reigned?
Exactly. And we met at Fort Valley.
Duh, we the same age. Let me take my shot.
Oh, shot.
This shot is brought to you today by Jameson, my drink of choice.
What is Jameson logo? Do they have like a saying or something?
Get you messed up.
Yes, it will.
Okay, let me give you another one because that one's too easy. What other instruments did I play in high school?
In high school?
Yes. Besides the clarinet.
The xylophone. And the trumpet. Xylophone. Final answer. Xylophone. You like you would have been a mean xylophonist.
You know what? Actually.
Oh, God.
Actually, I did play the xylophone during one. No, it was maybe a season. A marching band performance. I don't know how I ended up on the xylophone.
I bet it was fun, though.
It was fun.
Xylophone
I was a part of the percussion crew. But no. I played bass clarinet from like 7th grade to like senior year in high school, and then I played tenor sax. So when I first got in band in 6th grade, I wanted to play the saxophone, but girls were either playing the flute or the clarinet.
Right.
So I was like,
womp womp.
I'm gonna pick the clarinet. You know what I'm saying? So my senior year, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try tenor sax. And yeah, I played it for a little while. I mean, the saxophone has just always been a beautiful instrument to me.
It is. It's so sexy.
I know.
You know I like sexy stuff.
Like Kenny G.
Yes. Where's he at? He didn't pay it, did he?
I don't think so. You know,
we tried to make bad up. Who we seen the glory yesterday? We seen somebody the glory. We was talking to your mama. And we seen somebody the glory. Who did we see?
I don't remember. I just remember it was funny.
Yes.
Did you talking about some girl had died and then you saw her like 3 months later?
At the Urban Festival. It was years later. That's what really made it bad, because when I saw her, I was like, okay, I know somebody told me this girl died. Like, why is she walking past me right now? But
we're getting away from it.
I'm sorry.
I
gotta take my shot.
Yeah, go ahead. Just
I got
go ahead and take that.
Y'all, this is ASMR on Straight Chaos, No Chaser. Yeah, y'all thought this was plastic. My girl is up there. You hear me? These are shot. They don't even say Solo. They just shot glasses that look like Solo cups.
And they're from Walmart.
You got these from Walmart?
Yes, I did.
I'm gonna go get me some. Okay, I'm gonna take my shot.
Are you not gonna swallow into the microphone? Isn't that what ASMR is? That was a good gulp.
Was it? That was strong. Okay.
Oh my God, I just cannot with you,
girl.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move into our segment because what we do is talk. We can talk all day.
Man, what?
However,
man, I mean, we was in school together. They were like, do not put Hosendorf and Dawson in the same class. Please don't.
Please don't. Oh, you guys, and of course, Puncho is here whenever we are recording here in person. He has to be a part of the podcast as well. So I always ask a question: what's good, what's bad, and what's ugly? So Amber, with you, what's good, what's bad, and what's ugly?
What's good? What's good is I'm here. I'm in Vegas. I'm with my girl. She been showing me all the, fun things to do in Vegas. We'll be back. I love it. What's bad? I don't think nothing's bad right now.
Yes. Give me some.
Good energy. Yeah, nothing's bad right now. The ugly, the dress Lizzo had on for the BET Awards.
What? I didn't see it.
You need to see it. Image here. I'm kidding. I don't know. We're going to put the picture right there. No, I'm kidding. But no, it was ugly. And it's not about her shape, her size, or anything. Because, I think everybody is beautiful in their own way. It's just, I feel like the artists these days aren't really relying on their art. They're relying more on, like, their media presentation instead of letting their art speak for them. Mm-hmm. So to me, what she did, it just wasn't, in no way was it, like, inspiring or classy, or it didn't make you like, oh, I wish I could walk around naked in a sparkly purple, what was that dress?
Okay, I didn't see it.
Yeah, you got to see it.
I'm going to have to look at it.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that. But I do love Lizzo. Shout out to all my BBWs and all of that. But, yeah, that was not it. That was ugly. You didn't like it? I didn't like it.
Let's see. My good, bad, and ugly is, what's good is you're here. I'm excited that you're here. What's bad is I haven't eaten all day. She got me up here taking shots.
That's her fault because she tried to eat like Adrian be wanting to eat like birdseeds and like mangoes and like quinoa and
I don't want to eat that stuff.
Sea moss.
I just have to eat that stuff. I mean, and at the same time, she come here, she like, what you got in here to eat? What you got in here to snack? I'm like, I got some yogurt, some 000 yogurt, and some celery juice.
That snack you made was good though. With the almond butter and stuff. I gotta do that for the kids. Good. But yeah, I had to get me a burrito this morning. That burrito knocked me out. Yeah, I went to sleep like a child after a good bottle and a good burp. Like,
and that's what I'm gonna have soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just try to definitely just change the way that I eat because getting older, your metabolism slows down. Yeah, I don't come from, real thin people having in my family.
We some southern country bred girl.
Big bone women. So I have to try to be mindful of what I eat and try to work out regularly. And consistency can be hard. That's what separates, those who want to achieve from those
especially when you got friends like me coming out here wanting a burrito with extra cheese and sausage.
It's fine. It's that discipline. You helping me. But what's ugly is I don't have anything.
Good.
I don't have anything. Everything's good. Life is good. It's good. Even though everything may not be on the straight and narrow, like life is good. Like I don't have any complaints about anything.
But you know, is there a straight and narrow? I don't think it is. It may be some straight times, but nothing is straight and narrow. Everything got curves and twists and turns and.
Well, guess what? I'm leaning into them curves, baby, because I'm good.
On 2 wheels.
Hello.
Radio blast.
So we're going to get into our episode today, or our conversation, actually. We're just having girl talk. Like, nothing specific, just whatever's on our mind, and that's what we're going to talk about. And she's one of those people who we can talk about anything. We've always had a love for music.
Yes.
Remember we used to, like, make CDs back in college?
Yes.
I was like, girl, did you hit us one?
It would take us about 5 minutes to download one MP3. It would take all day to make a CD. And we used to go to Walmart. You remember you used to get that big old pack?
I'd be like, I need a 10-pack. You'd be like, make sure you make me one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
got a CD? I need you a CD.
I miss doing things like that, and I miss really, really good R&B. But something, go ahead.
No, what you was about to say?
No, go ahead. It ain't gonna leave
Now, this is what I do like about Spotify.
What?
You know, like, I can create a playlist and share it with you, and we can listen to it at the same time.
Oh.
You didn't know that, did you? It's a lot of stuff about Spotify that I didn't know, and that's one of them. Like, I can make a whole playlist, and I can share it with you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. It's really cool.
Girl, go ahead and share your playlist with me so I can be listening, because this one song, Spotify just keep playing it. I'm like, ugh. Can you play something else? Like, I'll ask Google. I have to say it quietly because she be like, what did you say?
You call me?
Right. You wanted something. But I say play one song, and then she always follows up her next song being Say So by PJ Morton featuring JoJo. Love the song, right?
How does it go?
If you love me, just say so.
Okay.
That song.
Yeah.
I didn't want to feel like trying to sing it for y'all. But every time she always followed up with that song, and I'm like,
yeah,
can you play another song?
Right.
I'm like, don't play the song ever again. She was like, okay. The next day, she played the song again. I'm like,
it's the okay that
I'm like, Google, do not play this song ever again. She's like, okay,
not playing. Now playing.
No, she wouldn't even change the song. She just keep the song the same.
Just keep going.
She's like, girl, this is my song. You gonna have to get with it. So, yeah. But, so I want to shout out my socks. So,
they are
for
so
my
cute.
birthday, one of my good friends, Noreen Ali, she made me socks with a picture of my podcast cover. Straight Chaos No Chaser. Like, how dope is that? If y'all can see it. Because I like to wear wacky socks when we're recording here at the house. Because I love socks. Y'all can send me socks or whatever. Anyway.
Socks.
So we were having conversation yesterday. Just talking. And you and I, we always have good conversation. And we're always being open and honest and authentic. And just giving our raw opinion about things, you know. And I read something the other day that was saying that men don't trust women, and women feel like they don't need men anymore.
Okay.
And this is something that a man posted. So it's like, so it's just kind of like, I mean, so what's the point these days?
Right. What's the point these days?
But it's like, why do men not trust women? Who started this?
Here's the thing. It's an imbalance in our culture. Okay. And this is where that not trusting comes from. Because, okay, I'm gonna start with the other side of it, where the women say they don't need men.
Okay.
I can remember a time where somebody even was like, you don't want talking about me. Like, you don't want to work. You want somebody to just take care of you and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, it's not that I don't want to work, but I do want that balance in life to where me being like a homemaker and a mom is a priority, just like work is. And to me, that comes with that thing of whether you need somebody or not. Like, for several different reasons, people try to say they don't need a man. oh, I'm financially good. What a man gonna come in my life and do for me? Or somebody will say something like, well, I don't need no love. What love gonna do for me? And it only cause hurt and pain, you know. But for me, you know, I do want you to be able to come home and cut the grass and change the tire. And if we on a family trip, you driving or you load up the car, I need a man. I need a man for more than just those reasons. But I need a man. So I don't understand that. I don't like this culture of where women feel like, you know, if I'm not married to my kid's father, then the kids need to take my last name. You know, like I've been seeing a lot of that on Facebook and stuff.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
I'm not on Facebook for real.
Yeah, I've seen debates about that type of stuff. And to me, it's like, it's an imbalance. The trust thing, I think, because of how we live now, you know, the woman's voice is heard more, you know, like we're more outspoken with things, and then that kind of will nick at a man's ego, you know, and so that would then in turn cause him to not trust us. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but for me, what I think is like for men not to trust women, I think is from men and they BS.
That was going to be another part.
So,
too.
I mean, because that's how I feel, because it's kind of like, if you are, you know, on the up and up about your moves and what you're doing and you're not being a deceitful person, then
it's easier to trust somebody else.
Right.
Because what you put out in the universe is what you get back.
Exactly. So, you know, when you're being sneaky and doing all this stuff and you're like, I don't trust women. Why?
Because you can't trust yourself.
Because you can't trust yourself.
The type of stuff, the life you decide to live, the type of women that you decide to spend your time with plays a difference.
And the thing about it is, you know, our relationships are all different and we run into different types of people. And sometimes we do ignore those red flags, you know, because for me, I pay attention to when people lie to me about a little bit of stuff. Like when you lie about a little bit of stuff, I immediately go to...
You lie about anything.
So what are the big things you're lying about?
Right.
You know? And people feel like it's so... One of the things that I really don't like, though, is when people be like, I lie about my personal life because I don't want to tell you. That's the most childish thing I've ever heard. Like, just be a grown-up and say, well, that's my business, and that's just something that I don't want to disclose to you, instead of lying about something, because that just kind of creates a distrust with people. Because me, I listen to, like, when a person is important to me, I listen to everything that they say. Like,
I know that's
everything.
Right.
So when you come back to me with a different story, I'd be like, but you said this. Oh, yeah,
I thought you said you like chocolate ice cream. When you started like strawberry.
And that's a problem for me, right? That's a problem for me. So right. I just think that this whole thing of men not trusting women, I mean,
self-reflection.
Of course, some women ain't shit, just like some men ain't shit. But you see that in the beginning, and that's on you.
Right.
If you see how far that shit go, that's on you.
And then you got to see too, like what that girl said. When I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship.
She said, when I'm in a relationship, I am loyal.
I am loyal. But when I ain't in a relationship, baby, I ain't shit. Hello. And you know that too. When you got homegirls that are living that type of life, if you a male and you got homegirls that are living a single life, and she out here and she really just, not saying you got to be hoeing off, but you living a single life, you dating, you not putting up with BS and stuff. A dude to see that and be like, oh, and then my girl doing the same thing.
Right. And,
you know.
Right. And so that's the thing. It's situational. If I'm being single and I'm living my life and I'm jumping from dude to dude, that's what I'm doing with my life right now. Right. You can't go off of that based on somebody who is in a relationship with somebody else. And then if you have a girlfriend or a best friend who is living their best life like that, and you are like, man, it's my girl doing that, ask her. She should be woman enough to tell you, nah, I'm living my best life. You in a relationship, your girl probably wants to be in a relationship, and she in a relationship, and so that's what she's doing.
Right.
You can't go off of based on what I'm doing or what you've seen. Like, you definitely have to communicate with people, and don't ignore those red flags.
Okay, so communication is such a key thing that is like, communication is like, it's a dying art.
Not with me, because
I love communication.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Yes, please.
Let me know. Like,
and it's not one of those things, because you know how they be like women always want to talk, but to be honest, like, I need to know, like what upsets you. Like with people, like you should talk to them about your triggers. But before we get there, hold on, let me say this. The other side of, women not needing men. I want a man.
I want a man.
And the thing is, it's not, and it's pretty much for like the same reasons. Like, not only the fact that I grew up in a 2-parent household, but in the past like 3 weeks, I've tried to put air in my tire. It has driven me nuts, and I know I'm capable, but it's just not working. Right. But to come home and be like, baby, can you fill my tire over air? Because
I know this. Right.
I ain't even, because I'm not gonna do it. Like, I love just the things that men do, like pump my gas. Like, I love if I'm driving and a man just open the door before I can even stop, because he let me know he finna pump the gas.
Pump the gas or fill my tank up for me. I probably would bust out crying if somebody filled my tank up. Like,
and so it's just men things, like, tending to the yard, or even like cooking together, or taking out the trash. Or, girl, if I know a man finna come here, I would purposely leave that trash full so he can take that out.
You know what I mean?
But I want a man. Like, so this, some women may not need a man, and that's cool. And I don't need a man, but I want one, and it's good to have one around.
It is.
And men teach you a lot of things, just like we teach them as well.
Right.
And, I want that companionship like I do, but, men, they fix things, and just the male energy and just being safe. And that's the other thing, girl, walking down the street, and then if a man put me on the other side, because he know he's supposed to walk on the side closest to the street, or when a man sleep in the bed and he sleep on the side closest to the door. Listen, I remember a guy one time, a really good friend of mine, he said to me maybe like almost a year ago, but we were just briefly talking on Instagram, and he just said that, like, I mowed a girl's grass, and she just felt like that was the world. And he was like, I was just thinking, like, man, what kind of dudes y'all be dating these days? But honestly, like, you don't get that anymore, and that does mean a lot. But at the same time, when you're doing stuff like that, you still have to be clear, because you mowing my grass, I'm thinking you ready to go home and meet Evelyn and Lenars. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't a small feat. Like, you take my trash out, that's one thing, but you mowing my grass, you know what I'm saying? That's big, but, those are gentleman things to do. But as far as having a man in the household, like, of course, like, I would want to have a man in the household, not just to do things around the house, but men teach women things, women teach men things, and it's just good to have that unit. And so, like, I just honestly desperately do not want to raise a child by myself, and who knows, I could get pregnant and be with child, and the relationship not work out, and I'm like that anyway, and so be it. But I just really, like, want a family unit. Like, I want to cook together. Like, so I'm a Pisces, and I'm a hopeless romantic.
Yes.
That's just me to my core. And I love love. I love truth. And so when I think about having a family or having a husband, I think about good things. I mean, everybody does more than bad things. Like, I'm not a glass half empty type person. I'm a glass half full type person. So I think about us cooking together and dancing and singing, and me and be like, he was like, baby, you was singing that note, you know, and I was probably off as hell.
I'm trying to tell you,
but that's just stuff that I just picture, and I know we're gonna argue on. And I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be livid. And I'm gonna be like, I can't even stand to look at you right now. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, we're a unit, and we're gonna work on it. So,
listen, I only snore like.
Girl, I didn't know I snored, but apparently I do.
But yeah, I do, and I wish we could kind of get back to. I mean, I know we're forward moving, but I kind of wish we could get back to some of that old family love, like really sitting on the couch on Saturday watching movies and stuff together,
ordering pizza,
kids. Right. Stuff like that. I'm looking forward to it. So I
don't
want to. It's almost like I don't want to have to always be the strong one. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to be a lady. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be the one like, because I'm trying to put me and the kids' luggage in the trunk.
I know, take all the grocery, and that's the thing too. Like, always having to be strong as a woman.
Always. always, I always try to correct myself when I say, like, I'm a single mom. Because I don't think I'll ever myself as a single mom because I got support. Mm-hmm. But even with that support, it's like on a daily basis, it's all me. In the morning time, if we getting ready in the morning and something happened, like Koya wastes all the juice on the floor in the kitchen, I got to get it up. Mm-hmm. On top of still making sure she's getting, got her stuff ready for school. They got their mags, they got their book bag, their lunch bag, all of that. I have to pay attention to everything. Mm-hmm. So sometimes if somebody can come in and just be like, I'm just going to go to the mailbox for you. I'm like, oh, thank you, please.
I know, just getting that little bit of help.
Yeah, so you always do have to be strong. Even when you're tired, you can't be tired. I took a nap one time, and I felt so bad when I woke up. Corvus was like, Mama, you've been asleep for a long time. And I felt so bad, and he was like, I've been waiting for you to wake up. And I was like, I should be able to take a nap without feeling bad about it. But it is what it is. But yeah, that communication thing.
And that's one of the things though, like I know a lot of women do it and I commend you for doing it. Like being single moms and like carrying that weight by yourselves alone for whatever reason, mm-hmm. If the relationship didn't work out, if you were divorced, if your husband or significant other passed away, like all those things are just, just tragic. But man, I do not like want to raise a family by myself.
Like it's scary. And it's times where it's scary, And
I say stuff like, oh, cause when the baby crying, I want the baby to roll over and he go, but like,
oh yeah, you do.
I just don't. I just like don't want to. And who knows? Like I may end up having a child and I have a relationship and then the relationship goes bad and I have to do it anyway, but and nobody wants to. Nobody wants to be
nobody raise their hand like I volunteer to do this all by myself. Like
I mean some people do. Well, because some people do. They do. They want children that bad, and that's their prerogative. Where they're like, what, I'll do this by myself. Yeah. Like I don't need. But I want a family unit, and I've probably said this on the podcast several times before, and I'm gonna keep saying it. But I want that family unit, and just not so that he can take care of stuff, but just so that we can just have this family and just.
And then, like, I want my kids to, like, see what love looks like in the house. That's important. And I know they know that I love them. They know that their daddy and their family loves them, and we'll do anything in the world for them. But when I say see love in the house, mm-hmm. I want them to see me be loved on, mm-hmm. because I want them to know that's normal, mm-hmm. and mm-hmm. it's okay. Mm-hmm. I want Corvus to see a man loving on his mama because he loves me. And he pay attention. He's 9. So he's paying attention to everything that happens when it comes to me because I'm the first idea or idol that he has for a woman. Mm-hmm. So the love that I want him to see that is given to me, I want it to be something that's going to reflect the type of man I want him to grow up to
exactly.
be. And for Koya, she already she's a black girl. Mm-hmm. She's going to grow up and be a black woman. Mm-hmm. We moving forward, so I pray that by the time she is an adult woman, she won't face some of the things that we have faced, but it's always going to be there. Mm-hmm. In some form, it's always going to be there.
Right, for sure.
So I want her to see me be loved so she can know, like,
what love
looks like, and that it's a normal thing, and it's something that she is, I'm going to say, entitled to have. You're entitled to love. Mm-hmm. I used to feel like you have to be a certain type of like you have to reach a certain type of level in life in order to be loved a certain way. You know what I mean? I used to think like, oh, the long hair girls that got the mama and daddy at home that, make all A's and, those are the ones that's supposed to just get love. Those are the ones that get the boyfriends.
Wow.
Because that's how it was. Like, when I was in high school, those were the ones that was getting the boyfriends.
That's what you saw.
Yeah, and me, I was getting the one like, damn, you sexy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
thanks.
Okay. I was smart too. I had all A's, but it was just different. Yeah. I didn't have the long hair. Yeah. I was a little dark-skinned girl. that had eczema on her arm. You know what I mean?
Them be the best ones.
I'm telling you, shout out to us.
But you know what? No, keep going.
But yeah, I want her to know that. You know, that's it. Like, you are loved. Yeah. And, you know, you deserve love. And that's it.
Yeah.
Period.
Period. And you know what? When you were saying that, like, I've said this on social media before, but like the reason I love roses is because my dad planted a rose bush outside, and he used to like cut a bush off and he would put it in a vase on the table and write like a little scribbled note to my mama with his little left-handed writing.
Oh, and don't do us lefties.
It used to say something like, "I love you, baby. Have a good day." And just that small gesture, like,
it moves mountains.
Oh my gosh! Like, and don't get it twisted. Like,
it wasn't food better. Like,
it wasn't a. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like my parents never argued or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Or whatever. But like, I saw them love each other. Like, I love the endearing term "baby." Like, I love for a man, like my significant other, be like, "Baby, you want some of this?" Because that's what my daddy used to call my mama. Right. Like, baby. They used to call each other baby. So it's such a term of endearment for me. And just communicating with people, like, that's important as well. Like,
communicating.
A lot of times, like, communication makes the world go round. And again, like, that's who I am. Like, I love communication. You know, so many things can be squared away and cleared up if you just talk to one another. You know what I'm saying? That's with friends. That's with significant others. That's with family. Like, but just you know, talk.
When we're raised, even in the school setting, we're raised to, like, not question the curriculum and, you know, follow rules and, you know, all that stuff. And that was what causes people to not be able to communicate. Boys, when they're young, they're criticized and ridiculed if they show some type of emotion. Even, like, if a little boy is showing that he is really liking a little girl, he'll get teased for that. When he may genuinely, truly just want to show her kindness and love, I don't feel like it's nothing wrong with that. But kids will get teased about it and they'll feel like, I'm doing something wrong.
And I have to be quiet.
And I have to be quiet. Or in the household. Now, one thing I'm big on is apologizing. I've apologized in relationships. Because my ego, it ain't, I mean, everybody has an ego.
Right, for sure.
Everybody has an ego, but mine isn't big enough to where I won't take a step back and apologize when I'm wrong.
Exactly.
Because I'm human and I'm going to make mistakes.
Right.
Some things, and I'm going to tell you, I'm the type of person, I'm never going to intentionally do something to hurt you, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to hurt you.
Right.
But if you tell me, if you come to me and say, Amber, you know, that hurt my feelings or this made me feel that way, I want us to be able to sit down and talk about it, especially if you are open enough to come to me or you just even had the courage to come and say how you feel. I'm going to listen and I'm going to apologize, you know. And I think that's huge.
Yeah, no, that's really, really big because that's who I am. Like, as a person, like, if my feelings are really hurt and, like, I really care about you, like, I need an apology. Like, from the parents to a significant other. I had to tell my daddy one time, like, he just, we kind of, like, had a little spat one time, and I was like, and I felt the way towards him, and he called me, he wanted to talk one time, this was years ago, and I was like,
unbothered.
And then he was like, what's wrong? I was like, Daddy, you need to apologize to me. And he was like, oh, Adrian, I'm sorry. Like, you know, da, 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 da. And he understood. Because, you know, I'm not, like, just so sensitive where you say something little to me. But, like, when you come for me, no, don't come for me.
Unless I sin for you.
Okay. And tread lightly if I sin for you.
I know that's right.
But, I need an apology for some things. And like you were just saying, like, with communication, like, I've always been that person, like, man, like, if I said something to make you feel the way, or if I said something that made you, that just didn't sit well by you or offended you, like, tell me, because I do want to talk about it. Like, so many people don't have relationships and friendships just due to misunderstandings, or, and we're so stubborn. It's like,
stubbornness is a big,
it's like, I don't care what she didn't call me or he didn't call me, so I don't care. But those relationships that really mean something to you, like, you're cleared up. And the thing about it is, I love communicating with people, and like you said, sometimes we hurt people's feelings and we don't mean to. And again, like you said, I'm not gonna intentionally hurt anybody's feelings, but I may say something that may hurt your feelings, and I'm sorry. But one thing that I, will do is speak my truth. And sometimes, people are owed explanations for some things, or sometimes you just kind of want to be open about something. And I'm never going to stop communicating. Like, I'm never going to do what allows me to have peace within myself. Right. That doesn't mean cussing you out, nothing like that. But if there's something that I need to tell you how I feel about something, or something that's just not sitting well with me, like, that's just what it is. Right. And I know sometimes men cringe when they hear women say, we need to talk. Yes. And I don't know if maybe we need to change that up, because they automatically assume something is wrong.
But what else are we to say?
Or we can say,
come let me give you some head. So if you dick in our mouth, we can't talk. So what, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you ever tried it? No, I'm kidding.
I have. It ain't working. He didn't understand what I was trying to say.
Maybe we can say, can we have conversation? Or something like that.
Now, what I have learned is that it's really, guys are open up after intimacy.
Yes.
If you lead into it right, and your head game strong. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No teeth.
No, I'm kidding. But no, seriously, like, intimacy can help communication.
Mm-hmm. And intimacy doesn't mean sex.
No, it don't mean sex.
No, it doesn't.
It don't. You can be intimate without sex.
Yes, for sure.
I have to have intimacy.
Yes, for sure.
Sex ain't gonna be good without intimacy.
It ain't. It's not.
Nope. It's gonna be like, so you got it from the Dollar Tree. You how you get that lotion.
It served the purpose.
Yeah. What's that? That Queen Helen cocoa butter lotion? It's mostly water. Like, it got the job done for a little while.
I get with you. True, facts. But no, like, I think with men, of course, like, they have to be able to feel safe with you. Yeah. And feel like they can trust you, because that's an issue. Yes. And, the thing about it is, like we said earlier, like, if you can trust yourself and you feel like you're being a person who's on the up and up, then, that's just what it is. Yeah. You can trust me.
So now with communication, how much is too much? How much is too much communication? Because, okay, we were talking yesterday about getting married and how marriage changes your lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people get in marriages and their friendships change. Mm-hmm. The people that they once were really close to, or even maybe an ex that has become like a dear friend or something. And once you get married, for some type of secure feeling within that relationship, you would distance those friendships. Mm-hmm. And a lot of that is caused because the truth is told.
Yeah. Well, so let me say this. So there was a guy that I was really good friends with in college. Mm-hmm. We were talking about this yesterday. We were really good friends in college, and we don't talk anymore. Not often. He used to call and check up on, me or whatever. Mm-hmm. And platonic friendship, like, just cool as hell. Cool as a fan, excuse me. And he got married. And, I reached out to him probably like a couple of weeks ago just to say, hey, just see how he's doing. But, it's one of those things where, it's like when you get married, do you have to lose all your friends? All the opposite sex.
Right.
And at the same time, it's like, I guess you have to look at the circumstances around it. Like, did one of your friends date him in the past? You know what I'm saying? Right. So could that make his wife feel uncomfortable? Or, is his wife just somebody who's just like, nah, we don't need to talk to the opposite sex unless they are our friends together. You know what I'm saying? Unless we met them at the same time or something like that. But, it does kind of suck that, like, when you get married, I guess you can't have just even your platonic friends, I guess. And, it was good to just be like, hey, and you always like, hey, I hope the family is doing good. Good to see you doing well. I mean, but it does suck though.
It does. And then, like, I have male friends that are dear to me. Like, I don't see my life without them. You know what I mean? And so I feel like if I get married, I don't want to say it's a package because they don't necessarily come with me and the kids. They're not part of the package, but they kind of are. Because I'm not going to stop being friends with those that have always been here for me, you know? But then it's like, do I stroke? I don't want to say stroke the ego because I don't want to say stroking the ego. It's like, is it an insecurity thing? Or is it situational based like we were saying earlier? Like, are you okay with me being friends with some of my exes?
Well,
do you need to know they my ex?
Okay, well, hold on. So first, just friends before you jump.
Okay.
Just friends who are just coming along, right?
Okay.
Can his friends just come along too?
Now,
yes or no?
Yeah, yes. I say yes.
Okay, wait. So then 2 exes, people that you messed with back in the day, not a recent ex. It can't be an ex from like 5 years ago or something.
Right.
But like high school, early college, you want to keep around. Can he keep them people around? Because it can't be one-sided.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes.
I call bullshit.
I ain't said you call bullshit. Because I say yes because of the fact that if you are secure in your relationship and your marriage, you have to understand people had a life before you. Especially now, we are poop years old, right? So
I like that.
Fill in the blank. So of course, people gonna come with some type of past, and who's to say like a dear friend can come from a messed up relationship? I have guy friends that are exes, like I said, that our friendship outweighs and means way more than anything that sexually happened between us. And it was so long ago. And they have moved on into relationships too, you know. So, I don't know. I would be okay.
You know what? I talked about this actually just briefly in the last, like 2 podcasts ago. And Q asked me, you know, could my man be friends with somebody he used to have sex with? And the thing is, like, I don't want to seem like I'm insecure and it's like, no, he can't. But it's like, I believe in what you want to do, I got to be able to do it too.
Exactly.
So the thing is, like, if there's somebody from like high school or something like that and y'all just cool, whatever, like, and you introduce her to me and y'all just cool and whatever, I probably don't have a problem with that. Now, like, recent exes and somebody you got, like, this long history with, like, off and on, I ain't doing that. Because at what point are y'all going to decide to be on again? And I ain't, and I ain't going to know about it. But we going to have a problem. So, no, but, you know, and I think that something that's really important is you can tell by people's body language and how they treat each other. And how they are with one another.
The vibes.
That's right.
Feel the vibe.
So if that vibe just feel like a little too...
What Drake said about that hug. Like, oh, what did he say in that song? Y'all help me out. Drake said something about, in one of his songs, I think it might be that Lemon Pepper Freestyle, where he say his girl hugged somebody she met, and he know them type of hugs. It's the hugs his exes used to give him and stuff like that. Like, feel the vibes. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that because sometimes it is situation based. Like, all right, babe, I know we made, you know, we said we was open and free and we can keep it that way. But I felt the vibe. I know it's something there. You know, and
like,
let's not downplay it because I know for a fact it's ex. If my dude was around and he popped up, I'm be like, oh shoot.
Listen, it's some exes that
they don't
even try to sell that line of we just friends. Nope. Because there's some people that, you know, a look, a touch.
And I think it's okay. Like, see, I don't know. I'm a little different from people because I would be okay with saying, yeah, I am attracted to him. That don't mean I'm finna, like, screw him. I'm just attracted to him.
I mean, that's an attraction.
Yeah.
Like, that's just an attraction. But I just feel like it just always has to be the same on both sides of the pillow. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing stuff like that. And that just goes to, like, again, communication. And it's just situational. And you have to be able to trust your partner. And you have to trust it. Like, and you have to know, like, what triggers people. Like, that's very, very important.
Yes, and triggers is a very, very, very sensitive thing. Like, you know how your grandmama would say, don't walk in my kitchen because my cake. I got cake in the bake and I don't want it to fall. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like triggers have to be handled delicately because you can open up to somebody and let them know what your triggers are. Mm-hmm. With triggers, they have to be treated with respect and they're delicate. Mm-hmm. You have to make sure you're in a, you can't just start a relationship off and jump off into it. Be like, this is what my triggers are. This is the things that make me tick. Because you don't know the type of person you dealing with initially. You gotta really get to know that person first to see if they're even like worthy of even knowing your triggers.
These things about you
things about you because you don't know what their intentions are with you. And you gotta figure those type of things out because somebody can use triggers as a way to be supportive to you and a way of learning how to love you. Or they can use it as a tool of manipulation, you know. So, it's just...
I mean, that's very true because you asked earlier, how much information is too much information, and we're talking about triggers. And I feel like discussing your past is important, especially when it comes to, like, some of your past. But...
yeah, not all of it.
Right. It's important. So... I feel like discussing your past is important to a certain extent. Like, when you're talking about your previous relationship, like what happened, who did it, because that's important, Right. Like, I don't know if I was looking at it on TV or if somebody said it, but this guy was like, I messed up. I did it. And it's like...
that's so big.
Right. Some men think that's going to push us away. But guess what?
It gives you a coochie coupon. Now, don't be trying to get fake ones. Don't be out here claiming, I know right. I messed up. I'm a better man now. I've learned from my mistake. Y'all will try to use that too. But if you genuine about it, you get a little cute.
Yeah, and because that's a lot. Because people do not like to admit when they're wrong. So, just being honest about, your past when it comes to that. And then, your triggers come from your past. So... I was talking on a previous podcast a couple months ago, and I talked about phone being down. Phone being down, like that was a no for me.
Right.
Or like phone on silent. They're like on silent, like and it's like yes, we be at work and your phone is on vibrate, and we forget to put it on.
I'm trying to
remove it off vibrate or whatever. But that's not what I mean. What I mean is, if you ain't never heard this phone ever ring, ever, not even an email, a text message, nothing.
Right.
And you be on the phone, but
right.
it's always down. Like, that's a trigger for me because in the past, that has meant something. Right. That has meant that
you hiding something.
Back up on my book.
There is something that you don't want me to see that's going on with this phone.
Exactly.
Like, if it's a certain picture or a name that's going to pop up that you don't want me to see.
Exactly. And so that's the thing. Like, and so your partner may be doing something like that, like just having the phone down and he don't even know, and you just have to talk to him, or she doesn't even know. You just have to talk to her and be like, like, I ain't trying to accuse you of nothing, but in the past, this has just kind of been like
a trigger.
Yeah. And so the thing about it is, like, now,
but you know what? You can discuss triggers without even making it seem like it's something, especially if it's something kind of new to it. Mm-hmm. Like, you can have a conversation about phones being down and stuff without, it being something personal to you. Mm-hmm. Because you don't want nobody, like, even with triggers, we don't want to try to control or put limits or caution tape, around certain things in a relationship. But, like, or just ask, like, why you always put your phone down?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised because if you ask somebody something kind of just in a casual way, they'll mess around and tell you so much stuff. You like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Look.
Note to self. And the thing is, like, I like to communicate, and I like to tell people where I've been, you know what I'm saying, so they can get a better understanding of who I am and why I move the way I do. Like, that's just who I am. But I've learned that you can give out too much information because I did that once, just talking to somebody. We just, talking, and we just talking about a lot of things, and they were just like, okay. And then, like, moving forward on down the line, ammunition, baby, threw it back in my face. And so right then I was like, okay, I got it. Like, you can tell some stuff, but you don't need to tell them everything because,
Have you ever encountered this? How when a man telling the story and they be like, yeah, I remember this one time, with a chick, Michelle, You know what I'm saying? We did this and I did with her. And you be sitting there like, then you like, he get done, you like, I know, right? Because, you know,
I got a story too.
I got a story. Let me tell you, we had did certain. They be like, hey, baby, I don't want to hear about your sex, baby. Well, nigga, I don't want to hear about yours, okay? If I can't tell mine, then you can't tell yours.
I know. It's definitely a give and take.
Yeah.
And so, you know, definitely like with communicating and just kind of with that past, again, like it's just something that you have to, you just have to be mindful of.
I'm not
it's fine.
Down. Sorry, guys.
But yeah, like I do believe that, you know, certain aspects of your past are important because, again, you know, your triggers are what make you. And people may not even, again, realize that they're doing something that is triggering to you, and it can be nothing to them. And it may be something that they can fix, and they may blow it off like, this, oh, girl, I got you. And that just make you feel even better because we all, even though we heal from things, something can put us right back over the top. You know what I'm saying? That's like a recovering alcoholic or a recovering drug addict. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the same thing. So, you know, I do believe in discussing some things, but again, you have to be mindful not to discuss everything. And then, you know how some people be like, you know, not people, because I believe in speaking my truth. Like, that's just what it is. Like, I'm just going to always speak my truth, and I'm going to speak what makes me comfortable and what makes me feel like, you know, I don't have anything that will make somebody find that somebody got to find something out about me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm an open book.
Right.
I'm
that's
very
what I'm
transparent. And that has actually been the issue in a past relationship. I dated somebody that wanted to say they were private. And it really wasn't that they were private. It's just that they didn't want anybody to know the things that they were up to. Mm-hmm. Like, nigga, you doing that type of shit? Now you wilding. You know, and so it became an issue. Mm-hmm. And I had to tell them, like, my family is close knit. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't run to my mama and tell her everything.
Right.
But we're close knit. Right. And if I'm upset about something, I'm so used to being able to go to my mama and talk to my mama about stuff that I'm upset with. But, you know, when it comes to relationships, I'm going to my homegirls.
Yeah.
Because, you know, once you paint a picture of being hurt to your parents, it's hard for them to like, take a step back from that and see this person as somebody that is probably going through something too, or they have a side of the story.
Right.
Especially for girls, like your daddy, they don't want to see you hurt or upset.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
So you can't really go to your parents for everything unless you just had them type of parents, right? Because then they'll start looking at the other person wrong, and that can cause issues in the relationship.
Yeah.
But
so you have to be careful, and that's something that I've learned as I've gotten older. About sharing stuff about your relationships and who you share with, because when you share the good and then you share the bad, it's hard for your friends and your family to get over the bad. So sometimes you have to be careful and mindful of what you share, you know.
Girl, you can call me on Monday and be like, my baby bought me a G-Class Benz. If you call me Friday and be like, girl, he came home with some Wendy's and then he asked me if I want some, fuck that G-Class Benz, because he know you can go for a good phone.
He know you want them Wendy's.
He know you.
But you know what? The thing is, too, what we were talking about, like, truth, like speaking your truth. You know how men be like, oh, you can't handle the truth. Like, no, it's not that I can't handle truth. You can't handle my reaction and my response to your truth. If I decide to leave because you cheating with whoever, whenever, that's on me. Now, if I'm crying, walking out the door,
hell, I'm hurt.
That's just what it is. And we're not crying because, you know, you told us that. We're crying because we're thinking about the time we've invested and like what we felt like we meant to you and what you meant to us and just conversations we've had and just wanted to be together and what we built and what we've invested in one another. You know, we think about all of that stuff. Like, that's what hurts us most because of the place that we think we are in. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, that whole, like, you can't handle the truth. Nah, I can handle it. You just don't like my response.
You don't like my response.
And the thing is, too, you know, if you decide to stay when somebody does wrong you, 5-6 years down the line, you don't need to be bringing that up. That's how I feel. Like, you need your time where you're going to bring it up. Yes. But if you're going to be bringing it up like years past, like, not
especially
only...
like, if Keisha ain't a problem no more, don't keep bringing Keisha up.
But the thing is, because it's not only a problem for him,
yes,
but it's more so going to be a problem for you because you are opening up a wound.
Scratching it.
You're opening up a wound for yourself, and I'm mental. Like, I be in my head, and you know, we can create so many scenarios. And you know what I'm saying? Like, just like men ain't shit sometimes, women ain't shit too.
My
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, Lord.
So we all have to move past somebody wronging us, and sometimes we decide to leave, and sometimes we decide to stay. But if you decide to stay, you know, of course we need time to heal, and I understand taking a couple months, maybe even a year. And as an offender, you have to do whatever this person needs for you to make them feel whole again, for them to be able to trust you again. You know, if they got to call you at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because you ain't home and they blowing you up, like, you got to answer the phone. First, you need to be home anyway.
Right.
But I'm just saying, you have to understand what you've done, and you have to understand what you need to do to make a person feel like they can trust you again.
Right.
You know, again, some people decide to leave and some people decide to stay. But you can't be mad if I leave. You know, that's just what I decide to do, and that's not me not being able to handle the truth. It's just I'm out. So, you know, again, I just really believe that some information is needed, but some information can be too much. And I'm a storyteller, and so I like for people to have, you know, everything. You know what I'm saying? So, how much information is too much? I guess maybe feel like if something makes you feel uncomfortable, that can be a good gauge. You know, if something were to make you feel uncomfortable, then maybe it's something that you might want to keep from somebody else. And if they ask you, you know, something particular, you know, tell them the truth, because the worst is for somebody to ask you something and you lie to them, and then that truth come. Because one thing about it, anything that happens in the dark, baby,
it's gonna come to
light. Like, it fall right in your lap. Don't even worry about it. So, you know, the thing about it is, I just believe in honesty. Like, some people like, oh, I don't like a liar, or I like honesty. But I know a lot of people who deal with liars and people who are deceitful. And I just can't.
It just don't make you feel
I just can't, because I'm like a genuine person, like true to my bones. And the moment that I find out that you just like just got a lying habit, it's hard for me to like trust you. And I'm like, so what else are you lying about?
Be bad because you out of dough. Sorry, but it's the truth. Okay, mentioning sex, how important is, and how comfortable are you discussing sex in your relationships?
Very comfortable.
You are? That's good.
I mean, as far as like what? Like
everything. What you want, what you need.
Oh yeah, like, you know, with sex, like so, in the spirit of straight chaos, no chaser, for me, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with liking sex. Like, I like sex, you know?
Right.
It's something that can be very enjoyable. You should always be safe.
Of course.
And, you know, you have to have an open mind. And when people want to try different things, you know, sometimes you may have a knee-jerk reaction, like, what?
Hold on, pineapple.
Like, and then some things, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just some things that I probably ain't doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just ain't. But there may be other things that I'm like,
okay,
I'll
that might not be that bad.
Put me a little more Jameson. But, you know, like, being comfortable and saying what you want and whatever it is that you need. And also, like, when you're not pleased, you have to speak up about that when you're not pleased. So,
okay, so are you comfortable? Like, have you had...
What?
Have you had to... I'm sorry for laughing. Have you ever had to tell somebody that they weren't pleasing you?
I don't think I've ever told them. I think that... I may just indicate that it doesn't feel good.
Okay.
Because I think that you have to pay attention. You have to be present.
Okay.
To like how a person is responding to something.
Yes, you do.
So I can't say that I've said like, I don't like that. I may be like, too much.
Okay.
Not enough.
Okay.
You know.
Hey, can you don't talk about it? I read this article, right? Like, this is how you have to start out with them. Did you know that?
you know what's funny that I was thinking about this. When you have sex with somebody and they teach you something new, you be like, who you learn this from? Or like giving direction. Like if something in the past has felt good to you, like how would you present this to your new person? Because you ain't gonna be like, well, my last man used to do it like that, right? Can you do that? So I think I might be like,
and see, that's a part of like when is too much. Because you don't be gonna be like, he used to. Because then, for one, like that's imagine your dude doing you like that. Like you like, oh really?
Mood is off. We ain't doing nothing. Give me my nightgown.
Aren't the Knicks playing or something?
Isn't the Knicks or somebody playing?
But but some people are not comfortable with really opening up and communicating about sex.
Yeah, no.
Did you see that post? Oh my gosh, y'all. This is straight chaos, no chasing. Y'all can judge me if you want to. But somebody put a post up and they was like, they try to make it seem like sex is a bad thing. And they was like, there is no way God would make our bodies react the way they do. And sex wouldn't feel as good as it do if it was wrong. And so I was talking about it to somebody else, right? And I said, y'all judge me if you want to. I don't care. I said, I have not, called out to God more passionately.
Than with a toy?
No, just with some good sex. Like, you get a good... Oh, yeah.
I hate saying, oh, God.
Because you feel wrong, right?
Yes.
But think about it. If it was really wrong...
But I just hate
all of us say, excuse me if I'm yelling, I'm sorry, y'all, but all of us say it. All of us have said, oh, God.
I hate calling on God's name. I really do. I'll be like, oh.
And he be like, sorry, I'm sorry.
Lord.
Please forgive me. But he wouldn't make it such a great feeling, and we wouldn't enjoy it so much as him. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I know. You're supposed to enjoy it with your partner. But girl, when you said straight chaos, no chaser, when you said never call God so much, and I said with a toy, girl, let me tell you something about this toy, this Lovified toy.
This the way you was telling,
girl.
She done mentioned, y'all. This is the second. I don't even know how toys came up the first time, but somehow she has mentioned this toy 2 times. Please say the name of the toy again for those watching.
Well, I think it's just called Lovified. I know people talk about the Rose toy, whatever like that. But
it's okay.
What? The Rose?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, this right here, the reviews could not be more on point. This lady in the review before I bought it, because I saw it on Instagram. I was like, I was scrolling. I was like, ooh, what's this?
You can't trust them Instagram.
No. The lady was like, at level 4, level 5, like I just felt this crazy sensation. And she was like, level 6, it's like I lost control. She was like level 7, level 8. She was like, my body literally floated away from my body. She is not lying. Girl, when I tell you, I'm gonna tell y'all need to get that little Lovified toy. It about this big, girl. Because I'm not a stranger to toys. Like right. I've had some toys, in my day over the course of, because I think that sex can be fun and interesting, and it doesn't have to be boring. I don't like boring sex, and I'm not saying that we got to use toys and stuff like that all the time, but I like to have stuff in my repertoire, But, right. Honey, when I tell you,
shoot, toys keep you loyal.
Listen, that little, I want to get everybody one for Christmas, to be honest.
I love you.
Girl, that thing right there, that thing is a cut above the rest. You hear me? Listen.
I like toys too, and I'm going to tell you, toys keep you loyal. Toys keep you loyal. I don't care what nobody say, because temptation do come along.
That's right.
And sometimes, men be thinking women don't want to have sex just as much as they do. We do. We definitely do. But okay. Toys keep you loyal.
Another TikTok that's funny when he be like, you seen the woman, she be like, leg up, right front on neck, left front on,
left hand on your frontal.
Wow. When you said you was gonna marry me, when you had the leg up, right hand on neck, left hand on frontal. You say you was gonna marry me. Why you being weird to me? Listen, I'm tell you.
Why you being weird?
Listen, I'm telling you, y'all have to be careful.
Listen, they don't be expecting
Y'all
it.
have to be
Men
careful.
get weird. I'm gonna tell you, y'all. This is a fact right here.
What?
And I'm probably gonna have some haters, but it's true. When a man end up getting like some good sex from somebody that like real dope, that can cook or just know how to hold a conversation. You know what I mean? And you said, because you know I'm summing it all up as to who we are. But anyway, the reaction, they don't know how they take it. And that's truth. And I'm not saying men are weak or that men can't handle a strong woman. But when we put that thing on, they don't know how to react to that. It be too much for them.
Yeah, but what about when they put that thing on us?
Because, baby,
I'm a cook, I'm a clean.
All I had was a cooler.
We are the queens of imitating movies that we watched before. But you know, before we get out of here, because girl, we gotta go get something to eat. We gotta get in these streets. But you know, how beautiful is growth and just kind of knowing who you are as a woman and just being able to be comfortable talking about sex, or you know, knowing what your triggers are, or knowing that you need to communicate with people, and knowing that, hey, it's okay, the decisions that I make, if I stay in a relationship after something has gone wrong, or if I decide to leave, you know, all those things are okay for me. Or even, you know, saying, hey, I want a man. I may not need one, but I want a man.
I surely
like
do.
How beautiful is it to be able to grow to that point in your life? And because just because people get older doesn't mean they mature.
That's true.
You know?
And you know what? I think for one, it comes with the thing of like the developing and growth of loving yourself. You know, and looking back, I love every little me. You know, the baby Amber, the little Amber, the teenage Amber. I love each and every one of them. And you know, now that I'm in like my womanhood and stuff, I'm learning to love myself even more and to just have more grace when it comes to things. You know,
that right there, girl. When I tell you, last week I meditated on having more grace with myself, and being more gentle. I'm trying to pronounce it right. I don't know if more gentle is a word, but my mom used to get on to me like, "Mo better ain't a word." But having grace. Well, we
from the South, so sometimes it just fall out.
Gentler with myself, like those are some of the things that we have to be, because you know, as women, we tend to like have to be so strong sometimes.
Oh my gosh,
you know. It's tiring, like being strong and knowing that she can handle it and knowing that she can carry the load. Like sometimes we want to be weak, and honestly, for me, like I don't like being weak because I just feel like I have to be strong all the time. And maybe it's because you feel like you don't have nobody to fall back on. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who can just catch you if you want to be weak. Like I love being there for people. I love being understanding. I don't try to judge people because I know we all got but just knowing that somebody can, you know, you don't have to be so strong, because black women, we're seen as strong. Yeah. They so strong and they can do it, they can handle it, but we don't always want to do it. Like we don't always want to carry the burden. Like although we can, like we don't always want to carry that burden.
I know one time somebody, and they were complimenting me. They was like, Amber, you always handle stuff so well, you know, and I'm like, I'm glad I'm at a point where I can. You know, but it's like I don't want to have to keep. I had to say one time, I'm so tired of being on the fence as a mom, because I'm not one of the mamas that isn't paying attention to. I'm a good ass mama. That's it. Yeah, you are. That's it. I'm a good ass mama. So I feel like being the fact that I'm doing my job, you know, as when my responsibility as a mom. In no way should I be playing defense on that. My defense should come in making sure that they're protected and nurtured and loved on. So, you know, and I've been told stuff like, you know, well, you know, you gotta do it for your kids, or you know, think about it, how it's gonna affect them. And in the long run, I do, you know, think of those things. But being strong. You know, in life, we go through things where we have to be strong. And, you know, even my sister said that when, you know, we went through the stuff we went through with my mom and said, and it was a trial for all of us, but it was a trial that was needed. Yeah. You know, because in ways it kind of broke us, but then it like put us back together the way we should be right now.
And sometimes the Lord knows what you need.
Oh, it's a beautiful process, you know. But even with that, my sister acknowledged it. She was like, Amber, I can't really imagine how you feel, because in the midst of us going to this, you don't have somebody to go home to that you can cry to. You know, you have to go home and take care of your kids, make sure they're fine. And she was like, how are you holding it up and how are you doing it? And I just basically told her, like, I have no choice, you know. But if I chose, I would have somebody there. But I mean, I think I'm kind of at a point now where I've been so strong for so long that it's almost like I would have to learn how to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think I possess it, but I think it's something that would have to be exercised.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you will have to learn that. And you will find somebody who is going to allow you to.
Oh, I know my little Prince Charming.
Okay.
He's out there. Hi. Hey, baby.
Look. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey,
listen, I saw a meme the other day that said, oh no, Drake said this. He's like, my soulmate out there just waiting on me. Hello. Period.
Yeah. You know what? And I'm thankful that I'm not in a serious relationship right now, because I've had time to heal, you know, from things. And I've had time to get some clarity about, you know, who I am right now, who I want to be, you know, and I'm intentional now about everything and everybody that is in my life, and that it is intentional, you know. So I feel like I'm ready, you know, because I feel like, I mean, everything about me that I got to give in a relationship, it's always been there, but it's a lot better now, you know. Now that I'm older, I've learned some things about myself, you know. So
that's important. Like that's really important. Like I've been in that space. I'm in that space, and like you have to know who you are, know your limits. And so that's a beautiful thing. You just have to those are things that you have to understand about yourself and get to that place, because you can be persuaded and waver, and you have to know the essence of who you are.
I have done that a lot. Like, I've always, I've always known I was special. I always known I was talented and stuff, but for so long, you know, even though I would always still kind of be myself and be an individual and, whatever, I still would kind of like let others influence my decisions.
And we all do that, but it's just about growth and again, just knowing what you want for yourself, because that's something that I learned too, like doing a podcast and just doing other things. And I like to ask questions and, get advice and get help from other people. But something that's important, you have to understand who the person is that you're asking advice from.
That is right.
You have to know what their vision is for themselves and who they are as a person. Then you have to know who you are as a person and what you want for yourself, because how they see the world may not be the way you see the world. And so it may not align. So you have to pick and choose the things that you take from them, because it's not about having constructive criticism. It's about not being consumed by what somebody has said to you about what you should do about your baby, your project, or whatever it is, life. Right. So you have to take out the pieces like, okay, because it's very important to, again, who is this person? What is this person? Where do they see themselves? How do they view life? Where do we stand on the same?
Who are they in my life?
That too, because not always the person that you're seeking advice from is an important, I don't want to say they're not important, but they're not kind of like that nuclear person in your life. They may just be a passerby or somebody that you've seen, you have a conversation with at work from time to time. And it doesn't mean that what they're saying is invaluable, but you have to look at where they are in their life, what they're doing, what their objective is with their life versus where you are in your life, what you have going on, and what your objective is for your life and your projects. And that's something important. But something that I want to say before we go, because we got to get in these streets.
Yes.
Talking about relationships. Sometimes I would try to change myself, certain things about myself, you know, even like the sensitive parts of me, and I don't show that to everybody. The talkative parts of me, the parts who always want to communicate, the part who always wants to be understanding, but that's who I am. I want to understand something. I want to communicate. I may be an overthinker, and so I don't want a perfect person,
right?
But I believe that there's a perfect person for me and who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Excuse me. Yeah, that's a word.
Because this is just who I am.
Right.
Yes, we all need to grow. We all need to change. We all need to elevate. But I want that growth to be my own.
Yeah.
I don't want somebody to make me have to change. Like,
right.
You need to do this. No, like, the true change is when you're like, you know what? I need to do better with this. And so that's the person that I want to be.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
You know, and I always tell my kids, like, I like being weird. It's cool to be weird.
I love being weird.
I'm going to tell you, one of the things about it is, like, people used to always tell me I was weird, and I was like, think of it like it's a bad thing. But then I saw how they would like copy me. So I was like, shit, it's really weird to be cool.
Right,
because
exactly.
People would compliment or say something about something that I'm doing that I ain't give a shit. I just did the shit.
Very much something.
I just did something, and then to them, you know, it's something noteworthy of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to me, weird is cool.
This has been a really good conversation.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. To have you on my couch, Las Vegas, I've been here for 8 years.
8 years. This is my first time.
Oh my God. And you done pulled up on me. This girl,
y'all, this is the most.
She coming.
Yeah.
I'm coming, Adrian. I'm coming, Adrian.
And something always come up.
But you were here to fight about it.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to get out of here, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into our podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this podcast. And we're going to go ahead and get to the casino. We're going to get us some food. We're going to get us some drinks. You know, you come out here to Vegas, hit me up. Maybe. I don't know. Nah. All right. Until next time, we will see you guys. Much peace, love, and chaos. Peace out.
Bye.
Let's get to it.
I'm so hungry.